Hello, welcome to the first women's Masters game. We've got Queensland Masters women playing WA Masters women. You have the Queensland Elite women commentating, so apologies for any bias. And it looks like we've got the first goal scored by WA. We're still just waiting to see if the rest will give us the number of the scorer.
They did give me the number, but it was too quiet. I could not hear.
Oh, we cannot hear that. So that is going to be a team goal by WA. So as per underwater hockey, there's now 30 seconds to reset before the referees will restart the game and they'll rush for the puck in the middle. So it is 1-0 to WA Women's Masters versus Queensland. And we're off. So Queensland in the maroon and WA in the black and yellow. Led by Queensland wins the strike and tries to get it wide. Nice pass out. WA follow that and are driving through to see if they can open up to the right, but are going through the middle. And have done a nice pass to the right. But are keeping the puck central. WA keeping a central drive occurring, but beautifully spoiled by a Queensland player down, tackling. Another attempt to get out wide. If I had better eyes, I might be able to tell you the names of these players. A lot of these lovely players are elite players that are now pushing into the Masters League and leaving some spaces for all these amazing juniors that are coming through in the under-24s and under-19s in the elite women's grade. I think this, as the first year of the Masters women grade, we will see it grow and grow. And shoved back under, a bit late to the puck by both sides, but WA continuing to try and drive down that wall. Queensland doing their best to try and turn them around. Now there are some WA Masters that I can read off our list here. We have Ali McKenzie, Bronwyn McKenzie, Carrie McDonald, Claire Forward, Claire Gleeson, Hayley Digney, Jane Gilligan, JV, Christian Lim, and Nat Wickham, Slippers, also known as Slippers, from Tasmania, filling in for WA. Now we've just got a drive. They're beautifully spoiled by Queensland now going for a drive up that wall. I want to say that looks like our Raina Herbert, number 7, used to play with our Queensland women's team. And as a lot of ladies then have kids, and it's a nice way for them to get back into the sport. And we've got a call, and it seems against WA. So against 5 black. And there is not one of those on their team sheet. So interesting, not sure who from WA fouled then. Queensland down to take. There's a drive on. Queensland holding possession. A little bit unsure of themselves though. You need to get that numbers behind the drive. Brought it out back around. I believe that's Tanya Hartley as captain. Yeah, I'm getting nods all round. She did a great job of that free puck. But WA are doing a counter drive now. Driving down the middle across, but we've got a call. Everyone's coming up. It is against WA for breaking. Must have been on the free puck. So we've tried to play advantage, but as it was starting to push back into the Queensland space, they lost that advantage from the foul. And so the refs have decided to pull it up and give the advantage back to Queensland. So Tanya Hartley lining up to take that free puck. She did a great one last time. Let's see her go. Doing that beautiful drive as long as she can and flicking it through the forward line. WA do a good job of clearing it, but there is a half there to keep that drive on. Bring it back and around rather than going up the middle. And WA have followed that. Now, on our Queensland Masters women, we have Anne Lamb, Denise House, Electra Kalafa. I've done a horrible job at that. Electra from New Zealand joining us. Julie, Andres, Kirsten Kopitic. Why are they making me? These are hard names. Melissa Patton, Raina Herbert, Tanya Hartley, and Wendy Patton. Now, this team is coached by our lovely elite women's player, Mel Patton. And WA have done a big flick and driven that all the way to tray and followed it up. That will make it 2-0 to WA. Number 6, let's see if their team list. Bronwyn McKenzie, amazing under-19s coach, our recent elite women's coach in Malaysia, and one of Australia's best fullbacks. And we have a timeout by, it appears, Queensland, taking 60 seconds to have a bit of a reset. We don't know. We don't have a time on us. Going to have a rough estimate that maybe we're halfway in. Yeah, 12 minutes in, so maybe only 3 minutes to go if we started on time. So I think that's Gav maybe coaching the Masters women for WA. Just noticed here, Queensland actually playing with 8, and so are WA. So both teams only have 8 at this tournament, 2 subs. That is a big ask. And they have 3 games today, more than elite women. What machines, but we know that women are absolute machines and only get better with age. So I'm sure it'll be no skin off their nose. That's Anne Lamb attempting to get that curl and drive through Queensland, but WA have been able to nick it off, and I reckon they're going to pass this back into, and I have a feeling that that might be another run by WA, looking for a halfback, who's then going to take another 45 up the middle, taken around, but actually we have a chopping foul by WA. A few fouls there, WA. Maybe a bit biased, this clean Queensland hockey. The other things ref will do is depending on trying to play advantage, so if there is advantage happening, but because WA was starting to do a drive, Queensland had lost that advantage, so they've pulled it up to give the Queensland award the free. So nice drive by Queensland, big flick up the middle, and seeing if we can get some forwards to continue that. Nice, 2 forwards have been down. I think that's Wendy going to try and stop that going too wide, joined by the Queensland half, but beautifully chased down by a WA master. I reckon that's Slippers, Nat Wickham. I recognise from playing in her in the Tassie days. Some nice curling by WA, and that's Claire Ford that's just done that work on the wall. But Queensland getting down there. Just need to get themselves flatter on the bottom to be stronger. Nice attempt by Sport, but a beautiful pass to a WA player. But no one there when she passed forward. Oh, this will be a beautiful drive by WA. They've gotten it out. Can Queensland, yes, beautifully try and spoil that. I think we've got Bronwyn there doing a beautiful tuck and turn to release back to her forward. WA continue that drive. That off half has been down for a while now. Couldn't quite stay down any longer. That player just able to get past. We have a score to WA. I want to say number 5. I saw her waiting on confirmation. Well, we're going to go with 5 because that's what I saw. Once again, no 5 on the team sheet though. 5 minutes left in the half to go, I've been told. So we've got our 30-second reset, gives the scoring team time to get back, and then once all refs' hands are up, the game can begin. Now the refs' hands will remain up until the puck is touched. And you'll see the ref pull their hands down, once that puck is touched, which means play has commenced. So WA go straight for a drive up the wing. Oh, there's a bit of gloving there, but maybe equally I can see advantage being played by a ref waving their hand in the air or their finger. Advantage is over. Queensland have just done a beautiful attempt to bring that off, but WA hungry, tapping the bottom, wanting that drive. Beautifully spoiled. Once again, I think that was perfectly done by Rayner, tackling in that forward line, being a hustler. Still got it. WA doing pass backs, calmly just trying, if they can't go forward, to look for the pass back until they see that opportunity. Queensland women spoiling as much as they can, but WA coming in flat and driving at that puck and finding that wing that's down, but she pushed it straight away. She could have kept it on a stick and just driven that one, so beautifully picked up by a Queensland back and taken wide. So I think this year in our Masters women team we have New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria and WA. So 4 teams, awesome for a new grade up and running. So and that's all women over 35 are eligible. Hopefully this leads into breeding more women for our Masters leagues and competition for our Worlds, which may be in France or Singapore next year for our Masters women. Oh, break by WA and flick. Beautiful flick into the goals, and we are being awarded a goal by referees. Looked like an 8 or 9 from what I can see, but they're about 80 metres away from my eyesight. And our referees are not telling us. Let's give it to Carrie McDonald. Sorry, Claire, number 8. Maybe you've got to get another goal if you would like to be called out. Timeout by WA. So timeouts, you get 1 per team per half, and you get a 60-second where your coach can join you. You can breathe, you can have a snack, get some advice before we restart again. Oh, I finally seen that I can see people on there. Thanks, Sandra. Apologies, you've got to listen to the dulcet tones of my voice. Super nasally. So I know from a WA perspective, a lot of these Masters women have played for Australia. And I'm sure, I know Nat Wickham, Jane Gilligan, Hayley Digney, Claire Gleeson, Claire Forward, Bronwyn McKenzie. Of I know, I'm sure some of the others may have as well. Our Queensland team is maybe more of a newer team. We're starting in 10 seconds. I think Tanya Hartley has played for the New Zealand Masters team. Otherwise, we have no other Australian representatives except for Mel Patton, who I believe is coaching but not playing. So a really young squad for our Queensland team, but really great to get them exposure and helping grow our Masters League in Queensland. I think we might be able to see just those extra skill sets from the Australian exposure in the WA team. But some good hunger from Queensland, putting it to them. Oh, beautiful break by a Queensland player. Nice work. Getting on that dolphin kick, getting that speed down the wall. WA working hard to try and clear it, but Queensland really backing it up there, really impressively trying to tussle for that puck. WA doing a great job of clearing, and we've got a foul which has occurred, barging, and it's against WA, so often that was on the breakaway. So, you know, strategic foul by WA preventing that breakaway by Queensland.
1 minute out, I think.
1 minute, yeah, that probably serves the fine, given that was an advantage puck and it actually really slowed it down, I believe.
What's number? Is that number 11?
Hayley Digney, number 11, or well cleared by WA out that side. That wing just a little bit too late to try and get there, but she's ready. She's keen to bring it back around, but she's looking for a half or a fullback, but no one's there at the moment. What an amazing job to keep going. Drive to that. No, okay, sorry. We were waiting on a ref. That's why no one was going down. Smart, conserving their air. So I feel like that's been a black puck, so it's been turned over. I'm unsure of the foul.
It was this one.
It looks like a barging foul. So WA released from having to defend anymore and now taking their advantage, but down to 5 still, I believe. We have a 2-minute kick out from WA. 15 seconds on the sin bin left? No, on the game.
Yeah.
Nope, so WA players walking across and will be allowed to enter, and they'll be back to 6 shortly. So unfortunately, Queensland not able to capitalise on WA being down to 5 people, but did a great attempt, and I think that's probably the closest they've been under that beautiful drive 10 seconds in the game. Can Queensland just hustle to keep them out of that goal tray for the last 10 seconds? We know that that last 10 seconds is always fraught with goals when you think you can go up for a breath because it's all over. And we have ding ding half time.
Oh my god, there's so much static in my ear.
And we are back on. Refs' hands are up, ready to start the second half of this game of Masters Women Queensland versus Masters Women WA. WA leading 3-0, I believe. Queensland going initially hard down that wall with a drive. Wendy following it up. Looking nice support from Queensland down that wall, transferring it over a 45 drive into the middle, but WA have got some numbers there. Be interesting to see. WA have done a good job to hustle it across, stop that immediate drive towards the tray. Oh, counter-attack by WA. Beautiful streamline. Queensland running back to get there though. Nicely passed back to the numbers for WA to keep possession. Sorry, my incorrect, it is 4-0 to WA. Sorry, we don't have any view of the scorelines. Oh, beautifully driven wide. Nice work by number 2 on the Queensland team. That's not Mel Patton. Someone must be playing for her.
I can see the mill.
Oh, Wood hustle. Raina working hard on that wall because that WA player is ready for it. Bronwyn's ready at the fullback, looking to open that up. Waiting. Queensland putting good efforts down, though, to hold up that puck. And now going for a drive. Nice work. Beautiful, Julie. Looking for that numbers, keeping possession. Beautiful. Nice, Queensland. We are keeping possession. Awesome, Queensland, opening up a switch. Nice work, but looking for someone there. The wing's not quite there, so taking up the middle. Nice attempt, but just not able to get the support around there. beautiful. And WA putting the pressure on, but Queensland nearly there, just knock it down. Not far off, but WA following it up with 2 sticks, black sticks, able to put that in. Referees are awarding a goal, and we are looking at number 6, which is Bronwyn McKenzie racking up the goals. So it is now 5-0. So beautifully finished by the fullback coming in. So you can just see that depth in those elite players that are supporting, picking those easier options and just recycling that puck rather than losing it forward. Queensland doing a good job of that as well, but just not able to get the numbers around. So reset now. WA get to that puck first on the strike. Looking to take it wide immediately to the right. Queensland pressure them. Don't let them take it up. But now they are breaking that wall. Oh, thrown back, but not quite to the player. So a bit loose. Enough for that Queensland wing to be able to get in there and disrupt a little bit. But that 45 drive. There's some interesting dropping of a shoulder there onto a player. Difficult to see for us here, but I can see here Queensland making a really good drive and holding on that wall. Just needing to get that numbers behind. WA is still happily with 2 behind the puck. Looking for that drive into the 45, but we have a ref's call against WA. So Queensland are set up. 2 Queenslanders going to the sub bench. Oh, a bit of elbowing. So nice work. Tanya pushing up, ready to take that puck. Queensland wanted to make advantage of this. They're in there attacking. They're down early. They've taken it early. WA caught off guard, but able to get a few people down. Queensland need to close it in here. We are on that tray. Can we get the hunger? And looks like everyone's up. Maybe we have a goal. Goal by Queensland! Yeah, girls, get in there. Number 2. Melissa Patton, who I'm pretty sure is their coach. Not sure who number 2 is. Get in there, Queensland. We have 5-1 to WA. Nice way to finish that, Queensland women. Nice work taking advantage of that free puck. Yep, and we have a timeout called by Mel, their coach. So Queensland enough time to recover after that hard push to suck it up. We've been doing some math, and I'm wondering if Electra is number 12, and maybe they're getting confused with...
Who's wearing the yellow snorkel? It looks like a... What's that look like? That could be the 2 that they're thinking.
Anyway, we've got a phantom number 2 on Queensland scoring that goal. I'm sure Mel will happily take that goal from the coaching desk. And we are off again. Hopefully Queensland found a new sense of achievement, wanting to push forward, knowing that they can. Beautifully taken by Rayner in the centre to win that strike.
They've driven it down the wall, now they're coming across through the middle in nice, clear there from...
Beautiful pass through by WA to put Queensland straight into defence, but beautifully collected by Queensland, who are looking for wide, but stolen by WA. Happy just to do a curl, get possession, and then drive that middle run right towards the tray again. Pop back, beautiful. Queensland able to recycle it and get it through, but that's because everyone's popped for a free puck. It is against WA, and it appears like it may be a barging foul again. Nice work, Queensland, holding their own in those teams against this barging.
Nice little interceptions and tackles going on there.
Queensland taking that free puck. Beautiful. Looking to go wide here. We're still in a little bit in defence, so wanting to be safe. But WA swims straight through, knocked down, and aggressively kicking with speed to get through that middle. Queensland working really well to slow them down and just tightly get it wide. Go backwards, a really safe way of looking after a puck. Go deep, keep it away, clear it wide, and let's regroup. WA doing a beautiful job, though, of collecting it up that wall. Looking for back for the 45 drive straight to tray. And there are numbers here for WA. And it looks like they're going to be able to big flick into the tray. Always that risk of pushing up out the wall. Score by number 1 WA, which is Nat Wickham, Slippers from Tasmania. So always that risk when you clear it wide and then you start going up that wall, you've got to be mindful that the other team then doesn't rip it off the wall and go around. Put your off half back under pressure. Got to maintain that or not exit out the wall without having your numbers to support it. Just done all that hard work of defending. Your backs are probably a bit tired to be able to get over. You know the rule though, it's always the forward's fault. Just turned, but WA coming through strong there. Doesn't look like anyone cleanly has a puck. Someone's gotten it wide to the right again. We're loving that right-hand side. I think they're a bit camera shy, these Masters women. Beautifully rolling. WA just doing these big flicks, rolling, maintaining possession. Queensland back not able to get back fast enough just to stop that aggressive drive by the WA women. Number 8 by WA, Claire Gleeson. So that makes it 6-1 now, I believe. I'm 99% sure. So, as we've spoken before, 30 seconds to reset your team. Once all the refs' hands are up, which I can see, the game can restart. And we'll see who's going to meet to that puck in the middle. It looks like Queensland have run the strike. I think Queensland have won most of the strikes today. Rayner is quite a fast centre that's getting there. Stays down too. Went to go up Rayner, the Queensland centre, but stays down to hustle. Nice work. I think that's Wendy doing a great job as a left wing in the Queensland team, helping maintain that possession so that her half was able to come through with a drive. Beautiful. Nice, strong kicking by Electra to get that around. And then Awesome working well to try and get that off the wall and get it back to her back. Beautiful drive up the left-hand side by Queensland. Absorbed beautifully by WA, but numbers are still there. But Queensland a bit unsure of how to rebuild from here. WA taking their time, getting it out strong.
This puts the New South Wales team 4-1 now. Goal was scored by number 5, Liz.
So up and down in this corner at the moment. WA doing well to recycle it wide. Queensland trying to fight and hold them up. So you've got to put in a lot of effort to hold up this strong driving WA team, and then it's really hard. You've got to turn around and then attack once you hold them up. So Tanya Hartley doing well to try and curl that off the WA girl, and then looking for support beautifully past Arena. But WA hit that. Nice work by Queensland, trying to get 2 forwards onto that player, but that's Slip Wickham. I know those skills when I see them, who's able to take on those 2 players, still have possession and looking for the pass. Nice control. You can just see from these ladies, they've played a lot of years in good Australian women's hockey. Their skill level in WA. Beautiful. Queensland still putting in that hustle. 5 minutes left of this game, but we have a referee call by barging by WA. A lot of barging by WA. So generally when barging occurs is when you're moving forward and you don't have the puck, so you're moving into a player, and that might be that you throw a puck, black time out, so 60 seconds. So often what barging might be is if you're flicking through that player, the player turns around to try and get that puck, or maybe not even, and then you push through them to try and get that puck. You need to go around them. Or you might be dropping a puck, driving into a player, and if that player is stationary that you're against, they're allowed to hold their position there. You can't just barge into them. So you've got to use your skills to try and go around players, not through them. A little bit ironic, I was pushed out for barging for only 1 minute in the game earlier.
And seems to be another
Fresh on my mind.
for New South Wales. Lovely drive there.
Sometimes difficult to avoid in underwater hockey, but illegal all the same.
15 seconds. 10 seconds.
Ref timeout, one's playing advantage, one's pulling it up, so we'll just see what's happening there.
We've got about a minute left on the clock.
That is a team timeout by WA.
Equal puck.
Yeah, equal puck. Sorry, I'm a bit confused about watching the ref signalling. Equal puck, sorry. Must have been everyone broke.
Alright, and they're off again.
Oh, beautifully fastly taken by WA, who get the advantage before Queensland can get flat to defend that. And they drive straight onto the backs. You can see the WA streaming through ready, but Queensland doing a good job to defend. WA still very flat on the bottom, wanting to come through and drive at that tray. Queensland needing to get down early, or a big flick's going to come through onto that tray. All coming through. It looks like it is shoved in by a WA reverse stick shovel, maybe. Another one by, I want to say, Slips. Yeah, I can tell.
Goal black number 11.
Coming through on that back stick flick.
Victoria there, nice little drive, but shut down.
Oh, I thought it was number 1. Oh, number 11. Apologies. Hayley Digney. Nice backflip.
Very bit of a blind spot, but that is the game. New South
So we must be close to finishing this game because I can hear the other game is wrapping up. So we're about to restart. WA need to make sure they touch that back line before they go again. And we restart. Let's see, Queensland coming out strong. Going to get there. Rayner once again, those strong legs getting up there. Very crowded in the middle of the pool.
Yeah.
Is this yours? You have?
Yes, thank you.
Shit. Excuse my French. All right, WA doing cycling. Oh, they might be able to get this last goal just on the last end. Oh, beautifully attempted save by Queensland, but followed up beautifully by WA to put it in.
Goal 11 black.
Goal 11 black. Hayley. Scoring a lot of goals, Hayley. I think that's a lot of drinks for presentation that you are owed. Queensland doing a good job of trying to absorb that, but just not getting down fast enough to get themselves flat. Now we must be on the countdown to the end of the game. 2 minutes to go. Still plenty of time for another team to get a score. Let's see if Queensland can put another number on there. We might be 7-1. 6 or 7-1. Overtaken. Queensland again winning the strike. Rayner doing a great job of hustling to break that through. Hopefully joined by her wings that are trying to continue that drive, but it slips right. Help collected by the WA team and resetting on the wall. Queensland able to punch it through. And Rayner there to pick it up and help drive, but taken out by a WA back that was waiting. Nicely curled by WA on the wall. WA just looking to possess the puck, doing lots of curling, lots of recycling, not wanting to drive into people, trying to recycle, maybe trying to avoid those barging fouls. Beautiful, another drive by WA, taken away. No one's getting down there to put any pressure on that drive. Nicely handed off to the middle. Oh, beautiful attempt at a steal by Anne in the Queensland Bathers. Good disruption for that switch. All right. Black doing some nice recycling in that middle, looking forward. Spoiled by a Queensland player, though, beautifully knocked down and pumped right. Now just being held up. Maybe only a minute left on the clock. Oh, big drive by WA. Queensland getting down very late. Not sure if they'll be able to get there, but followed up very firmly by WA. Just not able to get strong enough on that breakthrough.
11 again.
Beautiful, 11.
It's time.
Hayley, and that is time. Nice work, WA, winning that over the Queensland Masters women. Some really nice hockey. Let's see this Masters grade get better and better every year.
Oh. What's he saying? Not time? Not time. I don't know. Ref's time out?
No.
No, it is time. Okay, I think the ref just didn't realise it was time.
Thanks for watching. Hope my voice wasn't too painful. You can always mute it. Thanks.